Carter had dreamed of this job his whole life. He just never imagined he would lose it because he chose to help a stranger. The morning sun had barely risen when Daniel rushed out of his tiny rented apartment, tie crooked, shoes worn, and resume folder tucked under his arm. Today was the final interview at Harrington Global, one of the biggest corporations in the city. Just this one chance could change everything: his mother's medical bills, his younger brother's school fees, his family's entire future. He whispered to himself, "God, please, just let today go well." But destiny had other plans. A sudden scream on the sidewalk. Daniel was halfway to the metro station when he heard a scream echo from the street corner. A girl no older than 20 had stumbled, dropping her bag as papers scattered across the road. A reckless cyclist barreled toward her, and instinctively Daniel sprinted. He grabbed her arm and pulled her to safety just in time. The girl, trembling and pale, whispered, thank you so much." Daniel smiled, breathless. "Don't worry, you're safe." As he helped her gather her papers, he glanced at his phone. 8:57 a.m. His interview was at 9:00 a.m. His heart sank. Still, he stayed until she was steady on her feet again. "You're really kind," she said softly. "I wish I could repay you." Daniel shook his head. "Just take care of yourself, that's enough." He ran to the metro, lungs burning, but deep down he knew he was going to be late. The interview that never happened. By the time he reached Harrington Global, sweat-soaked and out of breath, the receptionist looked at him with a frown. "Sir, I'm sorry. Mr. Harrington has already left. He waited 10 minutes. "Please," Daniel begged, "can I reschedule?" She shook her head. This was the final round. They've already selected another candidate. His heart cracked. All his sacrifices, all his prayers, all his hopes, gone. He walked out of the building, shoulders heavy. Maybe being good didn't matter. Maybe life punished kindness. He didn't even notice the black luxury car that slowed as he passed. A week of silent struggle. Daniel returned to his part-time cafe job, feeling defeated. He washed dishes, served coffee, wiped tables, but his mind kept replaying the moment he chose to help the girl. His mother called one evening. "How was the interview, Danny?" He paused. "I didn't get it, Mom." There was a silence, a painful, understanding silence. "It's okay," she finally whispered. "God sees your efforts." But Daniel wondered if God had forgotten him. The unexpected visitor at the cafe. One rainy afternoon, the cafe door opened, and a group of executives walked in. Behind them was a tall man in a gray suit with a sharp expression, Michael Harrington, the CEO. Daniel froze. Why was the CEO here? But the shock grew even stronger when he saw the girl he helped that morning, standing beside Michael. Her hair tied up neatly, wearing a polished blazer. She smiled when she saw him. "Dad, that's him." "Dad." Daniel almost dropped the tray he was holding. Mr. Harrington approached him. "Young man, may we speak in private?" Daniel nodded nervously and followed them to a quiet corner. The truth revealed. Mr. Harrington studied him carefully. "My daughter, Emily, told me what happened last week," he began. "She said you risked your safety to help her." Emily stepped forward, eyes gentle. "I didn't know you were heading to Harrington Global when you helped me. I only found out afterward." "But I missed the interview," Daniel said quietly, "and you selected another candidate." Mr. Harrington's expression softened. "You were late because you chose compassion over ambition. That is exactly the kind of character money cannot buy." Emily nodded. "And the kind this company needs." Daniel blinked in disbelief. What are you saying?" The offer he never expected. Mr. Harrington extended a folder toward him. "I want to officially offer you a position. Not the entry-level role you applied for, but a lead associate position under my daughter's department. Daniel's mouth fell open. This is too much. No, Emily said with a warm smile. This is what you deserve. For the first time in weeks, Daniel felt hope flood his chest. But one question lingered. Why would you trust me with a better position? Mr. Harrington's voice was steady. Because people reveal their true selves when there's nothing to gain. You showed kindness even when it cost you everything. A new beginning. Months passed. Daniel excelled in his new role. He paid off his mother's medical bills, supported his brother's schooling, and slowly built the future he once feared he had lost. Emily often visited his office, chatting with him, helping him, encouraging him. Something warm and unexpected began to grow between them, something Daniel never dared dream of. One evening, as they exited the company building, Emily smiled softly. You know, helping me was the best thing that ever happened. Daniel blushed. Losing that interview turned out to be the biggest blessing. She laughed lightly, maybe because it led you to the right people. Daniel looked at the sky, filled with gratitude. Sometimes, losing what you want is the only way to receive what you truly deserve. Final inspiring message. Life will test your character, especially when no one is watching. But kindness has a way of circling back, sometimes from the very place you thought you lost everything. Do good even when it costs you, even when no one sees, even when you think it won't matter. Because one day, it might just change your whole life.